Hello everyone and welcome to another all-around vinyasa flow. If you're not familiar with my all-around flows, all that means is that rather than having an anatomical or physical focus, this practice works to just be well-rounded and give you a little bit of everything, so that hopefully at the end you'll feel balanced, grounded, and open at the same time. If you need props of any kind, especially blocks can be helpful for this specific practice. Be sure to have those nearby so you can grab them. And as always, be sure that you modify where needed if you need, and to honor your body and practice above all else as it is today. When you are ready, we are going to start this practice in child's pose. And as always, when we come into child's pose, just taking the time to find whatever variation is most suited for you right now. That might be with the knees together, perhaps they're out wide or somewhere in between. The arms might be out in front of you, or perhaps they're back by the feet or in between the knees, back by the feet if the knees are wide. One of my favorite variations is to stack the arms and hands and to rest the forehead down on them. You can always do that or have a block or a folded blanket under the forehead for a little extra support. But wherever you are, just take a moment to get any little fidgets or wiggling out of the way, so that hopefully you can settle into a still place just for a few minutes. Allowing the eyes to close if they haven't done so already. Beginning to breathe. Or rather, just beginning to notice the breath and tap into its ebb and flow. Feeling each inhale as it enters the body, each exhale as it exits the body. And especially in child's pose, becoming aware of the movement of breath in the back of the body. Noticing how with each inhale, the space between the shoulder blades expands and lifts, rising towards the ceiling or the sky. And how with each exhale, that same space falls and contracts, bringing you closer to the ground beneath you. And at the same time, with each inhale, the belly, ribs, and chest inflate and expand towards the ground beneath you. And with each exhale, those same spaces contract, drawing in, coming closer to what's above you. Just noticing the inhaling and the equal expansion away from the center of the body, and the exhaling and that equal contraction back in towards the center. Take 10 more breaths here. You might even begin to constrict the muscles in the back of the throat, finding an ujjayi breath. The same muscles that you use when you whisper or when you fog up a mirror. When we find that engagement, the breath takes on a little more heat, a little more sound, perhaps a little more depth. And in here, begin to think of an intention for your practice. Whatever it is that you need from this practice today, whether that be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual even. Only you know what it is that you need from this practice. Bring that into the forefront of your mind here. And together we seal those intentions into this practice by taking a deep breath in through the nose and a long breath out through the mouth. Another deep inhale. Sigh it out. And as you're ready, begin to rise up onto the hands and knees into tabletop, blinking the eyes open. And spread the fingers wide, and as you inhale, drop the belly down, lift the heart, find cow pose. Exhale, rounds the spine, pressing the ground away from you into cat. Inhale to cow, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale to cat. Once more, inhale, cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale to neutral. And as you exhale, tuck the toes under, lifting up and back to down dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. From your down dog, as you inhale, lift the heels high, roll forward to plank, shifting your gaze forward once you get there. And as you exhale, soften the knees and lift up and back through the hips, finding down dog, straightening the legs once you get there. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, up and back. And inhale, exhale. And as you inhale, drop the knees, drop the belly, return to cow. Exhale, rounds the spine to cat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to neutral. And as you're ready, return to down dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Once again, your inhale rolls you forward to plank. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more time. As you inhale, drop the knees, drop the belly, return to cow. Exhale to round. Inhale, cow pose, lift the heart. Exhale, cat pose, lift the upper back. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to neutral. And as you exhale, return to down dog, going through the plank sequence one more time. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up and back. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop the feet, coming to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthens the spine, draw the heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise all the way up, the arms reach at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Full breath in, breath out. As you inhale, the arms reach. At the top, interlace the fingers and steeple the pointer fingers up overhead. Take a breath in the center. As you exhale, reach up and over to the right. Draw in through the belly to come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthens the spine. As you exhale, step back to plank. Breath in. Exhale to lower halfway through Chaturanga. You can always drop the knees. Inhaling to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Knowing you can always skip that vinyasa sequence as you need. Good. On your next inhale, the right foot steps forward between the hands. Help it along as you need. Rising up to a high lunge, crescent lunge. Take a moment to find your foundation in your feet to get settled. Lift the heart, lift the fingers. Breath in here. And as you exhale, take your right hand to your right hip and reach up and over with the left arm. Finding a side body stretch from the left hip crease all the way through the fingertips. Maybe even look up underneath of your left arm to challenge your balance. Good. Inhale to center. As you exhale, lower the hands down. Begin to walk the hands forward, shifting into a brief standing split, lifting the left leg up and back behind you. And let go of the head and neck. Soften your right knee some to lift the left leg. Doesn't matter how high it's lifting. It might be more of an L or even lower than that. That's okay. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, try to keep your left leg straight as long as possible as you lower it down. Maybe you even hover it right above the mat for a moment and then set the left foot down next to the right and fold. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, the arms reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale, reaches the arms, interlace fingers, steeple the pointer fingers. Inhale in the center. As you exhale, reach up and over to the left first. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. As you exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, lengthens the spine. As you exhale, step back to plank and lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Let it go. Inhaling, steps the left foot forward, rising up to your crescent lunge. Again, give yourself a few moments to find your foundation, to find stability, to find your feet, to lift the heart and arms. Breath in and out. As you inhale, the left hand comes to the left hip, reaching up and over with the right arm. Maybe looking up underneath of it to challenge your balance, maybe not. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale to center, reach the arms. Exhale, lowers the hands, beginning to shift forward to that standing split for a moment. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. So you exhale, slowly lower the right foot down. Maybe you hover it right above the mat for a moment and then set it next to the left and fold. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, the arms reach. Exhale, Samasti to He, hands to the heart. Find a breath to reset. And as you inhale here, sit the hips back, sweep the arms up, find chair pose, Utkatasana. If it's too much in the shoulders to have the arms reaching up, you can always reach them out in front of you, down along the sides, or bring the hands to the heart instead. Take a breath in. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthens the spine. As you exhale, we meet in down dog, either stepping directly there or moving through a vinyasa. Again, always remembering that every vinyasa is optional. It doesn't make or break a yoga practice if you skip it. In your down dog, the right foot steps forward, beginning to rise up to warrior one, spiraling the back heel down. Take a breath here. Once again, give yourself a moment to find your foundation, to ground into the feet. And then here, hook your thumbs together at the top, spread the fingers wide, lift the heart, lift the palms. Pull the thumbs against one another to create the resistance to lift the heart and open through the shoulder blades. Stay in the bend of the front knee as best as you can. Keep grounding into the back foot. Take a breath. And as you exhale, keep the thumbs hooked but hinge halfway forward, reaching the fingers forward. Sweep the arms behind you, finding airplane arms, and then either grab a hold of opposite elbows or interlace fingers behind you. Breath in. To exhale, pull the torso up, stay in the bend of the front knee, and lift the heart. If you have your fingers interlaced, you might press the knuckles down on your back thigh to lift the heart a little bit more with that resistance. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, reach the arms up overhead. Full breath in. Let it go. As you inhale, hinge halfway forward and start to shift forward, finding warrior three. Your choice where the hands go. They might go right to blocks or to the floor for support. Maybe they come to the heart, reach out in front of you, or come back behind you. Take a breath in. Breath out. As you're ready, take the hands down and step the left foot way back behind you. Either step the right foot back to meet it in plank or hover the right leg in a three-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale to lower halfway. If your foot is lifted, lower it down as you lift up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, steps the left foot forward, finding warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. And give yourself a few moments to ground into the feet. And remember that in warrior one, our feet aren't in the same line, but they're hips width distance apart widthwise. And that's what allows us to bring the right hip forward and draw the left hip back. When our feet are in the same line, it becomes very hard to bring the right hip forward. Good. Here, hook the thumbs together, spread the fingers wide, but hook your opposite thumb in front, the grip that feels a little foreign. Right, spread the fingers, lift the palms, lift the heart, ground into the back foot and leg as you sink into the front hip and thigh. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, keep the thumbs hooked as you hinge forward, reach through the fingertips, and then release and sweep the arms back behind you. Once again, grab opposite elbows or interlace fingers, trying to find the opposite grip or opposite forearm on top. Then begin to lift the torso up, opening the heart up again. Maybe pressing the knuckles into your back right thigh if the fingers are interlaced. Resist the urge to flare out through the belly and rib cage here. Keep drawing in to find core support through the spine as you lift. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, reach the arms overhead. Take another breath, just finding length through the spine. Breath in. As you exhale, start to hinge forward to warrior three. Same options with the arms. It might be different than the other side. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the hand, step back with the right foot, step back or hover the left leg. We meet in down dog. Take a few breaths. Inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. So you inhale, sink the hips back, sweep the arms, return to chair pose. Whatever variation of arms you need here. And wherever you are, slightly lower your chin, some just so the back of the neck stays long, in line with the rest of your spine. Breath in and out. So you inhale, press into the feet, reach the arms. Exhale, Samastitihi. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, the arms reach. Exhale to fold forward all the way down. Inhale, finds length in the spine. And as you exhale, step just the left foot back, drop the knee. Begin to lift the torso into Anjaneyasana, our low lunge. Spiraling the pinky fingers in towards one another here, lifting through the heart. Inhale. And now as you exhale, try to keep the lower body as it is, but start to twist to the left with the upper body. So reaching the right arm forward, the left arm back. Still keeping the right inner thigh, pressing out the knee over the ankle. Now this might be where you stay the entire time, or you might start to tip forward to take the right hand to the inside of the left foot or to a block. You might even grab a hold of the right ankle. You might reach the left arm up overhead. You can stay here, or if you wish to challenge your balance more, you might tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee in this counter twist. If you do lift the back knee, resist the urge to spiral your back heel down. Try to keep it up and pressing back. And breathe here. Find resistance between the right upper arm and right inner thigh if they're touching. Deep breath in. Breath out. If your back knee is lifted, spiral the heel and pull yourself up to Warrior Two. If it's not, just begin to work your way to Warrior Two, taking as many steps as you need to get there. Pause there for a moment. And inhale in your Warrior Two. As you exhale, reverse or exalt your Warrior Two. Lengthen the right side body. Stay reversed, but straighten the front leg as you inhale. Lengthen the side body a little more. Good. And then as you're ready, start to rise up and shift forward, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Maybe a block is underneath of the right hand. Maybe your left arm's reaching overhead. Maybe it's staying at the hip. Small micro bend in your standing knee, resisting the urge to lock the knee out. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left hand down, close the left hip off and step the left foot way back. Plan down through the left hand and take the right hand to the right knee, beginning to twist to the right. Maybe reaching the right arm up overhead. You can drop your back knee down, you can stay here, or you might start to pivot onto the outer edge of the back foot and turn your right toes out to the right, pivoting and squeezing the left hip underneath of the right hip, finding an IT band stretch and a variation of side plank. So think of your left leg, your extended one, as a side plank leg. And you can stay here, or you might stack the right leg on top of the left, finding Vashisthasana, side plank. Wherever you are in any of those variations, take a breath in, breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Your choice how you get there. Breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, the right foot steps forward. Drop the back knee down and straighten through your front right leg. And pulling back until your left hip comes over top of the left knee. Inhale to draw the heart forward, the shoulders back, find length. Exhale to fold. Here's another place where it can always be helpful to have blocks under the hands, especially if the right hamstring is tight. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, bend back into the front knee, wiggling the right foot out to the right some so both hands can come inside. You can stay right here and just drop the head and neck, or you might drop down onto forearms or onto blocks, finding lizard pose. Just giving the hips a moment to settle, giving your breath a moment to slow down and settle. You can turn your front toes out some if you need to, but just be sure that your knee is pointing whatever direction your toes are. So if your toes are forward, the knee is forward. If your toes are slightly turned out, so is the knee, just so that we keep the knee over the ankle. Maybe you close the eyes here. And just find your breath. Two more. Good. So you inhale, come back up onto the hands if you drop down. Push into the hands to bring your right knee back to meet your left into tabletop. Then as you get there, take the left hand directly under the face, peel up through the right arm, open. And as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath of the left, coming down onto the right shoulder, the right side of the face. You can keep the left hand where it is. You can reach it forward. You can take it up overhead, or maybe take the arm behind the back in a half bind. Wherever you are in this twist, try to keep the feet, knees, and hips with distance apart. So oftentimes the feet will try to creep together here. Try to keep them apart and still press down into the feet and shins. Keep drawing the left hip back to meet the right. And finding core support for your twist. So resisting the urge to flare and collapse through the belly and the ribs. Take a couple more breaths in our thread the needle twist. As you're ready, take the left hand back to where it started. Press down to rise up, reach up through the right arm again. And as you exhale, take the right hand down and tuck the toes under, lifting the hips back to down dog. Take a few breaths here. And as you inhale, bend the knees. Exhale to step or hop the feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time as you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bend the knees and step just the right foot back, drop the knee. Begin to rise up to Anjaneyasana, our low lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale. As you're ready, twisting to the right, taking the left arm forward, the right arm back. Try to keep the front thigh as it is, drawing out and keeping the knee over the ankle. Breath in and out. This might be where you stay, or maybe you tip forward to take the left hand down onto the mat or onto a block. Maybe you grab the ankle. Maybe the right arm reaches up. If If you do have the left hand down, press the knee into the upper arm into the knee. You might stay here. You might try to challenge your balance by tucking the back toes under, pressing through the heel, and lifting your back knee. Breathe here. The back knee is lifted. Resist the urge to spiral the heel. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. If your back knee is lifted, spiral the heel and pull up to warrior two. If it's not, just take as many steps as you need to get there. We'll all meet there. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale to reverse your warrior two. Stay in the bend of the front knee as best as you can. Lengthen the left side. Breath in. Exhale, straightens the front leg. Reach a little further. Inhale. As you exhale, come up and over, shift forward, meeting an Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Breathe where you are, your choice where the right hand is. And deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hand down, close off the right hip, step the right foot way back behind you into a lunge. Plant into your right hand and take the left hand to the left thigh, beginning to twist to the left. You might stay here the whole time or drop your back knee down. Maybe you reach the left arm up. Maybe you start to turn and pivot the feet to the left, coming onto the outer edge of your back right foot, lifting the hips and scooping the right hip under the left, squeezing the inner thighs together, finding that IT band stretch. Breath in. Breath out. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you stack the left leg on top of the right, finding full Vashisthasana, side plank. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in down dog from wherever you are. Take your time. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, the left foot steps forward. Drop the back knee down and straighten your front left leg. Pulling back so that the right hip is over top of the knee. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Exhale to fold over the front left leg. Lengthening and breathing into the left hamstring. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, bend back into the front knee. Wiggle the left foot slightly out to the left so both hands can come inside. I'd either stay on the hands or drop to forearms or onto blocks, finding lizard pose. Wherever you are, let go of the head and neck. Find some ease there. With the eyes closed if that feels okay for you. And just breathe into the hips. Couple more breaths here. So you inhale, come back up onto the hands. Push into the hands to take the left knee back to meet the right into tabletop. Here, take the right hand directly under the face. Reach up with the left arm open. And as you exhale, thread the left arm underneath of the right, coming down onto the shoulder and the left side of the face. Your choice where the right hand is, whether it's where it started, out at the top of the mat, overhead, or maybe behind the back. And remember here, again, keep the feet separated and press into the feet for support. They're still your foundation, even here. Find core support through the belly. And draw the right hip back to meet the left. Couple more breaths. Good. Take the right hand back to where it started. So ready, press down to rise up, reach up, left arm. Then exhale the left hand down, lifting up and back to down dog. Take a few breaths here to reset. Inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, the arms reach, eyes look to the thumbs. Exhale, Samastitihi. Close the eyes. Just take a moment here to reset, to reground through the feet, to reconnect to your breath, perhaps bringing back Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. To draw the shoulder blades down the back, to lift the heart up into the thumbs. Take a few more breaths here. Good. Now here, blink the eyes open. Start to shift weight into your right foot and lift your left knee up at hip height. And then here, start to bend the right knee and cross the left shin over top of the right thigh, finding a standing pigeon pose. You might keep the hands down on the shin. You might bring the hands to the heart. You might be able, if your hips allow you to bring the forearms to the shin. If your hips allow you as well, you might be able to bring the fingertips to the floor or to blocks. But just be sure that if you do so, that you're still keeping the weight of the pose and the majority of the pose on the right foot. So you're not leaning forward and putting weight into the hands. They're just there for a little extra balance and support. Okay, breathe where you are. Relax the grip of the right toes. Stay active through your left foot and ankle. Breath in. Breath out. Now here, keep the legs as they are, but if you lower down, begin to lift the torso back up. And then cross your right arm on top of your left, giving yourself a hug, moving the fingertips to the insides of the shoulder blades. Keep the arms this way, but start to straighten the right leg some so that you can cross the left leg over the right, either taking the left toes to the ground, squeezing them against the right leg, or wrapping them around the right leg. Keep the arms like this, or begin to spiral the forearms up and wrap them into eagle pose, Garudasana. Lean back some so the shoulders come over the hips for balance. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms. Lift up and out through the elbows and fingertips and broaden the space between the shoulder blades. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, try to work the elbows towards the knees. Breath in. Breath out. Here, release the hands to the ground, unwrap the left leg and extend it back and out to the left some. Then begin to rise up with the legs straight, finding pyramid pose stance. So a shorter, wider warrior one stance here is what we're going for. We want both hips facing forward, so you might have to widen your feet out some to make that happen. Good. Take your hands to your hips and draw the tailbone down, lengthening it towards the ground and lifting the heart up. And keeping the hands on the hips, trying to keep the hips and pelvis level, soften the front knee a little bit, start to hinge forward. When you reach your edge, release the hands down to the floor or to blocks. Try not to lose that equality of the pelvis. Try to still keep it level and even on both sides as best as you can. Let go of the head and neck, folding into Parvottanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Here, either fold back in or plant down through the left hand, either on a block, on the ground, or on fingertips. Take the right hand to the right hip and draw it back to meet the left and start to twist to the right. Either keep the hand on the hip or reach the right arm up overhead. If your shoulders allow you to, you might even flip the palm and try to wrap the arm around the low back, finding a half bind. Even though this pose looks very different, the twisting action that we're finding here is similar to our thread the needle twist. Drawing the right hip back to meet the left, twisting through the belly, feet or hips width distance apart and pressing down. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. As you exhale, release the right hand down. Shift forward into the right leg to lift the left leg up and back for a moment. And then step the left foot way back behind you. Step the right foot back to meet it in your plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, roll to the outer edge of the right foot, the inner edge of the left foot, and reach the left arm up, finding Vashisthasana, side plank. Breath in. Breath out. Now, rather than putting your left hand down, place your left forearm down. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right foot. Reach the right arm up, finding a forearm side plank. Inhale. Exhale. Place the right forearm down as well. Find a forearm side plank on the right side. Breath in. Breath out. Now here, place your left hand down, press up, find a regular side plank on the left side, Vashisthasana. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhaling to meet in down dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the knees down, sit back on the heels or on a block. Bring the hands into the lap and close the eyes. And just take a few moments to breathe, to just be still, to reset. To return to your intention, perhaps, or to your ujjayi breath. To feel the breath work up and down the length of the spine. Rising as you inhale, falling as you exhale. Another breath. As you inhale, blink the eyes open. Then begin to rise up onto the shins.
We're going to find one round of camel pose, Ustrasana. So be sure the knees are directly under the hips and the feet are directly behind the knees. You can keep the toes untucked, or you could tuck the toes under to bring the heels a little closer to you. You could also put blocks back by the feet. You'll take the hands to the low back, drawing the elbows towards one another and drawing the tailbone down, lifting the heart up. You might stay right here the whole time, or you'll start to lift the heart up as you arc back, keeping the hands on the hips, or maybe taking the hands to the heels, the ankles, or blocks. Either way, find core support, drawing in through the belly and ribs to support the lengthening of the spine as you arc through the spine. Breathe here. Two more. Good. Very gently begin to work your way back up evenly the way you came in. Lean forward, take the hands down, tuck the toes, and lift up and back to down dog. But keep your knees really bent in your down dog so you can just focus on lengthening and countering the spine, lifting the hips up and back. Let the head and neck be heavy and take a few breaths here. And bend the knees a little deeper, look forward. Bottom of your exhale, step or hop the feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, the arms reach. Exhale, Samastitihi. Take a couple breaths here to reset. Good. As you're ready, blink the eyes open. If they were closed, start to shift weight into your left foot, lifting the right knee up at hip height. I'd soften the left knee and work to cross the right shin over top of the left thigh, bending a little deeper into the left knee, finding our standing pigeon pose. All those options of the arms on this side as well, whether the hands are at the heart, the forearms are on the shin, or the hands are on the ground or on blocks. Again, just ensuring that if your hands are on the ground, that you're still keeping the majority of the pose in the legs. Breathe where you are. Deep breath in, breath out. For hands are on the ground, gently work to lift the torso up some so you can cross your left arm over the right, giving yourself a hug. Keep the arms as they are and start to rise up a little more until you can cross the right leg over the left, finding your variation of eagle legs, whether that's wrapping around the left leg or taking the right toes to the ground for support. Either keep the arms like this, giving yourself a hug, or spiral the forearms up and wrap. I lift up and out through the elbows either way, maybe through the fingers. Broaden the upper back, creating more space there. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the arms. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the elbows down towards the knees. Unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, and extend the right leg back and out to the right. Bending that shorter, wider stance, rising up with the legs straight, and beginning to set up for pyramid pose. So finding that place where both hips can face forward and the tailbone can draw down. So you might have to widen your feet or turn your back foot out or in slightly to make that happen. As you inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, find that micro bend in the front knee and start to come forward, keeping the pelvis level. And when you reach your edge, release the hands down, let go of the head and neck, and fold. Breathe where you are. Even though we're folding, still staying active in the quadriceps and legs as well, pressing down into the feet. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Here, either folding back in or starting to twist to the left for revolved triangle, planting into the right hand, taking the left hand to the low back or hip, drawing it back, either keeping it there or maybe reaching the left arm up, maybe wrapping the left arm behind the back in a half bind. Breathing where you are, staying active in the thighs, relaxing the grip of the toes, drawing the left hip back to meet the right. Breathe. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, gently release, fold forward. Start to shift forward to lift the right leg up and back just for a moment. And then step the right foot way back behind you. Step the left foot back to meet it. Inhale in your plank. Exhaling to a side plank on the left side, Vashisthasana. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower the right forearm down. Find a forearm side plank on the right side. Inhale. As you exhale, find a forearm side plank on the left side. Inhale. As you exhale, take the right hand down, press up, Vashisthasana, side plank on the right. Big breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhaling to meet in down dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the knees, sit back on the heels. Take the hands into the lap and close the eyes. Take a few moments to breathe here. To find some steadiness. To reground yourself. To come back to your intention if you've lost it, or the breath if you've lost that. Feel the breath rise from the bottom to the top as you inhale, and fall from the top to the bottom as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths here. And gently blink the eyes open. Here, rise back up onto the shin, setting up for 1 more round of camel pose, Ustrasana. Again, check in, knees are under hips, feet are in line with knees. Hands come to the hips or low back. Draw the tailbone down, being mindful not to tuck it under and scoop it forward, but just to draw down towards the ground. Lift the heart up, draw the elbows and shoulder blades towards each other. Start to lift up and back, either keeping the hands on the low back or taking the hands down onto ankles, onto blocks. Still pressing down into the feet and shins here, drawing in through the belly. So that there's a lot of strength in this opening. And breath. Two more. Gently, slowly rise up evenly the way you came in. Begin to take the hands forward, lifting back to down dog 1 last time. Bending the knees deeply as you come into down dog and just extending the spine, finding a lot of length there. Pressing through the hands, lifting the hips up and back as high as you can. Take a couple of deep, full breaths in and out. And inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop the feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, the arms reach. Exhale, Samastiti. Breath in. Breath out. Here, take the feet out to the edges of the mat, slightly turning the feet out. And then as you're ready, start to sink the hips all the way down to Malasana, our low squat. Knowing that you can always take a block or blanket underneath of the heels or under the seat for support. You can stay here active and lifted, or you can take the hands down and slightly round the spine, letting go of the head and neck, sort of folding into your Malasana, taking more of a yin variation than a yang one. Either way, breathe where you are, relax the grip of the toes. Find some equal, even opening through both hips at the same time. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, let the seat come down to the mat. Take the knees together and extend the legs out in front of you. As you inhale, reach up through the arms. As you exhale, fold forward, finding Paschimottanasana. Slightly drawing the chin towards the chest, so that the back of the neck lengthens and the crown of the head reaches forward towards the feet rather than the chin and face. Keeping the whole spine long here. And folding with that length in mind. So inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold in. Inhaling to come all the way up. Crossing at the shins, finding Sukhasana. Good. Here as you inhale, reach both arms up overhead once again. And as you exhale, twist to the right, taking the left arm across, the right arm behind. Deep breath in. Full breath out. One more. Inhaling to center, the arms reach. Exhale, twist to the left. One more. Inhaling to center, taking the hands onto the knees or shins. And as you inhale, draw the heart forward, the shoulders back, finding a seated cow, lifting the gaze. Exhale to round, dropping the chin, finding seated cat. Inhale, seated cow, draw the heart forward. Exhale to cat. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Good. And then here as you're ready, begin to find where it is that you want to take rest today. Whether that's lying down on the back in Shavasana with the arms and legs long and wide. Perhaps you'd like to stay seated in a meditation of sorts. Maybe you sit up on a block or blanket. Maybe you find child's pose or lay down on the belly if those seem comfortable and comforting to you here. Wherever it is that you're able to find stillness, where you're able to let go of the doing of the practice and instead find a sense of just being and feeling. knowing that there's nowhere left to go and nothing left to do except that. Letting go of the physical parts of the practice, letting go of ujjayi breath, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm and cadence instead. As we find the stillness of the body and the stillness of the breath, perhaps the mind follows too. Gently begin to deepen your breath, taking your deepest breath in so far, your longest, slowest, softest breath out. Reach the arms overhead, stretching from your fingers to your toes if you're on your belly or your back. And as you're ready, you're going to make your way off onto one side, drawing the knees in, rolling off. But wherever you are, once you arrive there, allow one hand to rest at your heart. And take a moment to end your practice today from a place of gratitude, knowing that there are countless things to be grateful for in this moment and any moment. But in this one, most of all, choosing to be grateful towards yourself for making the time and space to practice. Knowing that that's often the hardest part of doing anything at all, including yoga. But that no matter what you did or didn't do, that alone is always enough. With that same hand, gently pressing yourself up to seated, bringing the hands together at the heart. And I just wanted to extend my own gratitude to you, whoever you are, wherever you are, for sharing your time, your practice, your effort, and your ease with me. and I hope that you may be able to carry any benefits you have with you now for however long you may need them. And until we see each other on our mats again, namaste.